now I want to go back into Romans chapter 11 and verse 17. See what I said?
So that means the law hasn't done away with, as they would think.
My point exactly. And even thinking logically, if we looking at it from a logical standpoint, that's why I gone into that article. Even in farming, you see what I saying? Even in
Right?
farming, it's the same process, so it would be the same thing.
It'll be the same thing,
So
you know. But
yeah, that's
I get a little quick precept, you know. I got a
yeah,
precept. I got a precept that you know, Deuteronomy 22, 9, and 10. You know,
yeah,
thou should not sow thy vineyard with divers seed, lest the fruit of thy
can't,
seed which thou hast sown, right, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. You know, verse 10,
can't,
thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together. So you see,
can't.
you can't mingle. There's no mingling with the law. You know, there's no mingle
This is it.
with the holy nation.
This is it, right? Because it says, going back to the article to the bottom part, it says sometimes incompatibility graft may survive past the initial stage, but they eventually fail. But we're gonna deal with that in a short order, you know. So
Right.
that's a beautiful precept.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can read Romans 11 and 17 again.
Uh, Romans 11 and 17. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, wert graft in amongst them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Can't. So with the Gentiles being grafted into the natural olive tree, that would mean that the Gentiles, according to these verses, according to these two verses we just read, Genesis 1 and 11 and Leviticus 19 and 19, and this article, they would have to be very closely related for this graft to be successful. You see what I said?
Right?
Now, I could end it right there, but I will go on and bring it, go on into it and further bring out edification on it. You know, so if they're not closely related, that would mean they can't absorb the nutrients and nourishment of that tree, and they can't be partakers of the root and the fatness of that olive tree. See what I say? And the root and the fatness in this scripture here, the root, the fatness of the olive tree. See what I say? The root, the fatness, and the olive tree, right? That is the riches and promises and the glory that the Israelite had received. The promises by seed, by the bloodline. So if they were promised, this by seed, by bloodline, then you would have to be able to graft in another seed. Then you wouldn't be able to graft in another seed of another nation that wasn't a part of the same seed line or
Right.
bloodline, according
Ah,
to Genesis chapter 1 and 11. You see what I'm saying? And you have to be a partake of this same root. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. See what I'm saying? It would be impossible. So now I want to go back into this article. See what I'm saying? I want to go back into this article, because It says, yeah, right? Sometimes incompatible income sometimes incompatible graft may survive past the initial stage, but they eventually fail. You see what I said? So in other words, right, let's assume that this is talking about the natural Gentile, the actual heathens, the raw bone Africans, the so called Africans, the Edomites, the Chinese, the Japanese. Let's say this is talking about them, right? So let's say now, let's go back into the article, right?
Right.
I want to go back into this article because right here it says sometimes incompatible grafts may survive past the initial stage, but they eventually fail, right? So,
Shit.
right? But they
Right,
will
right.
eventually fail. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that? Why would they eventually fail? So even in the kingdom, right? Even in the kingdom, the heathen eventually in the kingdom, the heathen will go into slavery. That is why this will fail. They can't be
Right.
grafted in because they have to
Right.
pay.
Right.
They will go into slavery eventually. You see what I
Eventually.
said?
Right. Right. Hard.
So now, right? Read Romans 11 and 17 again.
Romans 11 and 17. And if some of the branches were broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, wert grafted in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Gone, right? And so if this graph was talking about the actual heathen, it will fail because the heathen will be going into slavery and they would be under the curses and the graph would be made non-effective. You see what I said? So
Right.
that's why they gotta be grafted in.
No.
See what I said? Because they're of the same seed line, they're of the same bloodline.
No.
I said, for his
No.
18.
Hey, but the
Romans
pastors them
11.
will say, the pastors them they will save everybody. You know,
You understand?
they will save everybody. Right? Verse 18. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
Gone, because they were both in it by faith. The root being YAHAWASHI. So there's no reason for them to boast. See what I said? So now you could read from verse 19 to 21.
Right. Verse 19. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I may be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief, they were broken off, and thou standest by faith, but not high-minded, but fair. Be not high-minded, but fair. For if the Most High Power Yahweh spared not the natural branches, take heed lest he also spare not thee.
Right. So the Most High spared not the natural branches because of their lack of faith. So basically, you think he's gonna do to you? What you think he's gonna do to you when you being grafted back in by faith? So be not high-minded.